Cutting it out.
Yeah.
All right, everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah?
Your phone's going off.
My phone's going off.
Fucking
it's
Jesus.
Nicole, too.
A little
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
of professionalism here, please.
Mine's on silent.
All right. Hold on. It is the wife.
Can't get staff these days.
So, what's WKRP?
It's a good question.
That's a great question.
Let's start with that.
Like,
When we
while
start
we're recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
They're really good.
Okay. Everybody ready?
Yep.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of WKRP in Montrose. Today, we've got Rob, as usual, in his ineptitude mode today. He can't open beers. He can't
When
put
you
his
say
headphones
we've
on
got,
correctly.
people expect me to be here. You don't need to announce my presence.
Well, I mean, from week to week, that's
No,
a
no, no, no,
possibility
no.
that you're not going to be here. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
Get on with it, please.
Your social schedule prohibits you from doing, I guess, almost anything. But even more important than Rob, sitting on the couch, the big couch, where the feet don't always touch the floor, is
Well, Taylor's feet don't
Scott
touch
and
the floor.
Taylor Johnson. Scott, Taylor, welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
So we'll talk about Campers Hub in a minute. I said it right?
Yeah.
The name, and it's a really cool location here in Montrose, Colorado. But first, you asked a very important question before we even got started, and I wanted Rob to take the opportunity to answer you. So, who wants to ask Rob the proverbial question?
I mean, I'll go ahead and ask. I was curious as I was, getting ready to come on this podcast. What is WKRP Montrose?
I've forgotten.
You forgot.
Well, so,
There's got to be some thought put into it.
No. So the name because Dennis is significantly older than me.
That is correct.
I think you're 60 something, right?
I'm very close to it. Yes.
So WKRP in Cincinnati, is that right? It used to be a TV show, one of those black and white shows that Dennis used to watch.
Yeah, one of the ones that's only on public television anymore.
And
right?
we kind of thought, oh, you know what? We'll piggyback on that. And then I used ChatGPT to give me some ideas for what WKRP could mean. And it came up with loads of ideas, and I forgot. What did you say it was?
Well, the one that I came up with, the ChatGPT,
God,
TPT. Yeah.
P.
Anyway.
P for please get it right.
Right. WKRP in Montrose, we know real people. So
So
That's good.
Oh, I
That's
like
good.
that.
it's good.
Okay.
It's
That's
good.
better than my hypothesis. I thought maybe it was like, why keep Rob private?
right.
You
But
know,
also, that's a very good. We
Because
could go with that.
sent out to the ether on podcast.
There
Yeah.
are others that
Yeah.
ChatGPT came up with that are not
Not
as
as good.
appropriate, but funnier, including woefully kept radio parody,
Okay.
wacky kooks running programs,
That was
and
one of my
That's
favorites.
pretty accurate.
wobbly knobs radio problems. So we'll see how this goes. It could end up being one of those.
Those are pretty good options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat GPT.
Yes.
So I guess we should leave it
Yes.
to a vote. The people that are out
No,
there.
no.
Leave it to the people.
No,
Rob
not
never
the
likes
people.
to leave it to the
I don't care
people.
about what the people think. I decide. Well, we can decide. No, the people definitely don't have a say in what it's called.
He's such a lovely person.
I don't know, man. It's like a call to action. You get people on, and they'll vote on what they think it should be.
There we go.
I
And
see
then
what
you
you're
have
saying.
interaction, where
Right.
a podcast normally is like a one-way format.
Right.
So.
And then we
That's true.
pretend that the answer is the one I wanted all along.
Well, nobody has to know the truth.
That's true. All right, we'll do that. We're gonna have a phone in or some kind of competition where you can have a say, but not really.
Nobody will know. Nobody will ever know.
Nope.
Scott, so you guys are going to have to volunteer to be, the rope holders that hold the Macy's Day balloon parades. As his ego just continues to inflate, somebody's going to have to hold the ropes to keep him
Reel him
somewhere.
in.
Yeah, somewhere close.
Yeah.
That's
And for
it.
the listeners,
Not
he
go too
did
far.
just break his headphones right when we got here. So
Right
his
when
head
we
is
got here.
That is
growing
not
as
true.
we speak.
That is
very
not
true.
true at all, and that's not the kind of comment I expect from a guest here. I expect that shit from him.
Nice job. Well played.
Right. How about this? Why don't we start with, because neither of you two, like us, are from Montrose. Taylor, you're from Colorado.
I am indeed.
Kind of fake Colorado, right? Denver. Is that right?
Yes.
Right.
Did he
so-
say fake?
Yeah,
Colorado?
no, that's not real Colorado. Come on.
There's a lot of people that might object to that.
Yeah.
Be offended.
But you moved to real
offended.
Colorado is what I'm getting
Get him,
at,
Taylor.
right?
Get him.
So, but we'll come back to that. She's got a look on her face. I don't know if you can see on there.
Carry on.
And
Oh, so we are being recorded on video.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, damn it.
The pressure.
All right.
and
well,
Scott, you're from Arizona,
yeah,
Phoenix,
Phoenix area.
Okay.
Is that the real Arizona?
sure.
No, you must be out in the desert.
Desert, right,
That
yeah.
is the real Arizona.
Yeah. Tell me what
So-
your real Arizona
I was just
is.
trying to follow Rob's lead.
Tumbleweeds and
I didn't
cactus.
get
Yes.
it. Yeah.
I like to try and be controversial, but yeah, let's talk about when you first came here or passed through, and then when you decided to come back, and all that stuff.
To Montrose,
Yeah.
officially. Yeah, that is a tricky question when people ask where we're from, because the answer is always hard. Because we were living the full-time RV life on the road when we first came through Montrose. We came here for an RV entrepreneur event. And we had been following people on social media that were hosting the event. We said, this sounds awesome, and we should go to this. And being from Colorado, I had never been to Montrose. So this was completely new and a completely new space. I didn't know what to expect from it, but we absolutely loved it.
But the event you came to was in Montrose.
It was.
Where was it? What was the?
It was actually at the property that we now are building.
And it was hosted by.
Heath and Alyssa of the RV Entrepreneur podcast.
They're friends of the podcast. I mean, they
Yeah.
don't know it yet because this is episode 2, but they will be.
They will be.
I think we met Dennis at that event.
Oh,
Even though he probably
yeah.
wiped us from his memory.
No.
Like,
you
yeah.
think like there was another guy that looks like him
No,
at
no,
that
no,
event?
no. We
No,
know
you-
we yeah. No,
Yeah,
we
you
know
know
it was
if you met
Dennis.
him.
I was there. I mean,
He
I
was there.
remember.
He would pop up and then disappear, so we weren't really sure who he was, but you know, he was there.
That sounds like most of my life. I kind of pop up and then disappear. And people are
Noticed
like,
that.
is he here? Where did
Yeah.
he go? Where did that guy go?
yeah.
Yeah, can I divulge what you said to me earlier? When I
Oh, uh-oh.
text
Uh-oh.
me. Yeah, we're talking about the Studio F, right?
Yeah.
And basically, he said, "Oh, I thought this was like one of Dennis's like his secret lair or something."
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of is, right?
Yeah,
we're,
it
We're
is.
subterranean.
You gotta go downstairs,
But
so
you-
that counts.
The point is, he's the kind of guy that you look at and go, "Probably got a secret lair somewhere."
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
lays
I see
low.
where he's going with this. He's trying to be like, put the lotion in the basket. that's what he's doing.
He
I
went
get
there.
it. I
He
get
went
it.
there.
It's not funny, but I get it.
So how long was it from, say, that event to you going back on the road and going, you know what, we're going to settle down or we're going to do something, and that's the place?
Well, at that point, we had an idea in our mind that we wanted to build an RV park. And we kind of had the idea of doing like a co-working space with the RV park because we had been working from the road. So, you know, basically we had come out here and we're like, all right, let's meet some other like-minded people that are doing like the RV entrepreneur thing. And at that point, we thought we were going to just get some ideas, make some connections, and then go off and do our own thing. And then eventually the property came up for sale, and we were like, that's already through zoning. That'll save us a lot of time. So we jumped at that.
All right. So, what sold you besides the campground? What sold you individually on Montrose? Like, what was the moment? Because I asked Gary, who was a former guest who's been here for a while, like, where's he's world traveler. You guys are well traveled as well. And I was like, well, what's your favorite place? Well, that was kind of a dumb question because he landed here. So, what sold you on Montrose?
Well, it's like,
Besides the
for
campground.
me, it's changed a little bit. It's still selling me,
Oh,
and I love it more every day.
we're in the process.
I'm still in the process of loving Montrose.
Okay.
But initially, it's the mountain views. I mean, the San Juans are like none other mountain range. So I love having that in our backyard. And Montrose was just big enough. I told Scott this when we were looking for a property to first get an RV park. I need there to be a real grocery store and a Target. And Montrose checked those boxes.
You
And
mean
they're literally right down the street
Yes.
from you. Like,
Yeah.
So you turn one direction. When you say the mountain views, they're in your backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have the whole vista from your backyard. So if you guys don't know, go to campershub.com.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
campershub.com, and you can see the vista on the website. in multiple different ways. You can see it from the mock-up for the campground, which is still in development. You can see it on the mural that you've done in the co-working space.
Tried.
It's really cool. And then you can see the actual visual as well. And by the way, so I'll do the plug for you. Who wants to, which Instagram feed? The Campers Hub?
Yeah.
There we go. The Campers Hub on Instagram's got some really good visuals on it as well. All right, so that was the quick plug, and we'll get back to it. Vistas and still being sold. Scott, your turn.
Well, part of the reason why we called it the Campers Hub was because we feel like it is a good hub for the area. I mean, that could be said about Montrose. Like, there's so many things to do out here that, we didn't know about until we got out here for that RV Entrepreneur Summit. Once we started, going to Ouray and going to the hot springs, and then there was, disc golf, activities and mountain biking, and you kind of get, a mix of the mountains and the desert. So there's so many things to do in, an hour drive. You get up in the trees, you can go jeeping up around 13,000 feet. You can go climb a 14er. There's just so much to do around this area. And it's kind of been a hidden gem because, Montrose wasn't something that was really on our radar until we ended up out here kind of exploring Colorado. So, it was something that we were like, this is an undiscovered gem for sure.
Mm-hmm. What haven't you done yet that you want to do? Because you haven't been. Well, how long have you been here?
Well, I think there's a skydiving place nearby.
There's one.
We
in
haven't
Delta,
done that.
I think,
Yeah.
It's not for me.
No.
I'm sure there's some.
You don't want to jump out of a perfectly good plane?
I don't like planes. I don't like heights.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be the worst possible case scenario for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But have you tried river surfing yet?
Not at the park.
Okay.
Last year, we have a friend that runs surf and cycle shop. He let me use his surfboard to try surfing in the irrigation ditch.
Right off on the back of your property, right?
Yeah.
There's a video of that somewhere, isn't there?
Is there?
It's on our page.
It's on your page.
It is
Okay.
on there. I mean, it's mostly the creek that you're in, isn't it?
It's mostly me falling down over and over
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
But,
So have you surfed before in any other capacity?
Yeah, I've surfed, wakeboarded. I thought it was going to be more like wakeboarding because I actually got my tow rope and tied it to the little irrigation gate thing so I could pull myself up. But yeah, definitely a lot harder than I was expecting it to be.
Would you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go on.
No, I was going to say
age before beauty.
Well, I'm a little too large to be on a river board.
No, they make big boards.
They got big boards for big boys.
Yeah.
They got big boy boards.
They got big boy boards?
Yeah.
Like this big boy boards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. We'll get what's their name?
We'll have to-
Soul paddle boards and tell you. We use a paddle board. There you go.
Well, they'll have to get the party board
Yeah.
for me to be able to get on it. That's the way it's going to have to be.
You're on video, right?
Right.
It's not like people are going to go, he must be 450 pounds.
Well, pretty close.
No.
Come on.
So, yeah, how about this? Tell us a little bit about your life in Montrose. What do you like to do? Where do you like to go? We always ask people, and then we'll ask you as well. I always like to ask, what's missing? What do you think? But let's start with, what do you do when you're not out there building an RV park, which seems like it's 18 hours a day.
It kind of is.
But
yeah.
what do you do when you're like, let's go out to dinner, let's go and have drinks somewhere,
Well, our favorite place is tacos and beer.
All right.
Tacos and beer.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Every time somebody comes into town, we take them there, and they're like, "Wow, this is really, really good." So, yeah, shout out to Tacos and Beer.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of our point of pride places.
I probably leave a lot more often. He's working on more projects. I've intertwined myself in the women in Montrose community.
Yes.
You guys just met this morning, right?
Yeah.
9 a.m. at the San Juan Coffee House?
A different group.
Oh, ooh. Uh-oh.
Which is a long-running question if we were the same group, but we're not.
Okay.
But, that's actually been amazing. I think it changed my life in Montrose because you move to a new city and you know no one or have any friends. And
it's new. Women in Montrose is what, it's a year, maybe less? Or
yeah, I think Jess officially started it November of 2020. What month are we in? Was it 23? No, I don't remember. No, I've already been on the board for a year.
Okay, so
a
it must
year
have
and a
been
half.
November 22.
Yeah.
So a year and yeah.
So is it open for anybody to come and join? Is there a process? Is there like regular meetings?
Being a woman in Montrose.
Okay,
is how
that's
you
the
join.
qualifier.
Sorry, Rob.
Qualifier.
Yeah. But we
no
hold
comment.
like quarterly events, and we team up with nonprofits and support nonprofits in the community. It's been a great turnout. I think it was really needed here, and there's been a lot of people that joined it, and I love it. I mean, we do all kinds of stuff like going hiking together and meeting for drinks in town and stuff, and I need to leave the place, so.
Where would you meet for drinks? Kind of give us some.
Pomona.
Okay. Pomona Brewing, one of
Yes.
our favorites, my favorite specifically. Kevin and Chelsea, you need to come on the podcast. I'll be sending this link to them. But
Yeah.
So give us an example of one of your favorite events that Women in Montrose has put on.
Ooh. I don't know if I have. Like
while
a
you think
favorite
about that,
one.
I'm going to stick my hand in your cooler
Please do. We have
and grab something. No, Dennis, shut up.
Well, there's nothing about that sounded appropriate, and especially with the pauses that you put in there. So
We'll let you.
We tried
yeah.
to bring some Colorado beers here, so
I'm going to annoy some people, but peach flavored stuff.
Telluride.
Yeah, there's
there we go.
quite
Telluride Brewing.
the option in there.
You guys are a fan of that?
Telluride, Kolsch.
Road Tripper.
wow, you guys came
Crooked
prepared.
Stick.
Yeah.
Got the goods.
I like it.
Looks like
I
I
like
thought
it.
Road Tripper would be an
Road Tripper is
appropriate beer.
appropriate
Yeah.
one.
Like we're getting drunk.
So, anyways,
We come
whatever we
prepared.
don't drink, you guys are
Ready?
All right.
These are gifts
Yeah.
for you for having
This
us.
is
Thank you.
the
Oh, here we go.
sound of Telluride
This is his
Brewing.
favorite part.
And
So nice.
That sounded legit.
It does sound legit.
And it's real.
ASMR.
See, Taylor, you missed the ASMR without the headphones on because
Oh,
you
Oh, here
heard
when
it
I
that
listen
way.
back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Beautiful.
Although I don't know about that pour.
Yeah, a little
honestly-
questionable.
no, that's absolutely not
Here he
questionable
goes.
at all. Right.
This is the correct
You
way
see
to
this?
pour a beer.
Absolutely. Patience. That release. Oh, wait a minute. It releases the carbon dioxide. Otherwise, that goes into your belly and makes you feel all bloated.
But don't they have the carbon dioxide so it bubbles in your mouth?
Yeah,
you can
and brings
pour
out the aroma and the flavor.
Maybe somebody from Telluride Brewing can let us know.
Well, we'll have to ask him.
We'll find out. So,
Okay.
the interlude there.
I feel like
has
he
given-
made up that science, by the way.
That's not true.
That's
It's
that's-
legit.
that's-
It's legit.
That's
That's
what he
British
does
We'll look that up
science.
later.
when he brings you a flat beer. He's like, here you
Yeah,
go.
here
This
you
is
go.
supposed to be this way.
Yeah.
I think that sounds exactly right, right?
Yeah.
Because over there, all the beer they drink is completely flat.
Where's over there?
You know.
Xenophobe.
Beyond the pond.
We were.
That's
giving
true. Let's
Taylor
come
a
back- let's get
moment
back to the
think,
point. Yeah.
And she now has an answer for us.
All right.
Oh, yes, surely I do. I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite event because we've done so many different ones, but I love our quarterly events because so many women show up for it. And it's people that, like, in a smaller town, you generally run into a lot of the same people, but every time we've had those events, I meet probably 20 to 30 new women
So
that I never knew.
what does a quarterly event look like?
Or when is the next one?
Yeah,
too?
when is the next
The
one?
next one is May 2nd,
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
And where will that be?
and that will be at the Temple
Okay.
here on Main. And you basically come and mingle, get drinks so you can get your liquid courage to talk to people because it's scary to talk to new people. And then you have your mingle hour. We introduce WIM and what we're about. And then we have our nonprofit of the quarter speak to everybody so we can get the word out more about them and how you can help them and volunteer. And then we have a guided mixer activity to get people talking to each other because that's the scariest part.
The big icebreaker.
Yes.
Okay. Right on. The temple,
Yeah.
that's a great place to go.
It is.
And
It's
a great place to
awesome.
have an event.
Yeah, their stage and everything.
The acoustics in the place are incredible.
I hate it when he tries to sound smart.
I mean,
It's really no. This is episode 2. Relax.
I don't have to impress anybody yet.
No, but the temple it's the old Mason's Lodge, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
right? It's an incredible building.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to? I know you were begging for the opportunity, and you haven't done it yet. Do you want to tell people why you're wearing the farmer's cap that you got on there?
The farmer's cap. Oh,
Yeah.
so Typhoon Farmer. Do you know about these guys?
No.
It's a hemp farm up on Spring Creek, somewhere up
Okay.
there. Just trying to represent a local company. We'll try and have one.
Because you guys have a hemp farm
somebody
too,
else.
not hemp. No, it's hops.
Hops.
You have a hops farm.
Yeah,
Yes.
opposite.
Close to you
Very
guys.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're gonna have. I think we're gonna.
That's like those two things didn't go together
You
at all.
could try smoking hops.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
if that.
No, we're
good
gonna
experience.
have. We're gonna probably have Chris and Audrey on at some point. But, so here's the big question, I suppose: is when are you open for business?
Ah, I hate this question. We are open.
All right.
Yeah.
Simple answer.
Yeah, but not in the capacity that we'd like to be.
Right.
Right now, we've got 17 electric sites. We're still building. Like literally, there's like crushed concrete. Our entry sign's still under construction. So if you rolled up right now, you'd be like, "Are they open?" But we are in fact open with 17 electric sites. Schoolhouse building, which is what hosts the co-working, that is fully open. We've got 2 showers in there, or 2 bathrooms with showers. So nobody's going to be, out and dry.
You have is the camp store open yet? Yeah? No? We can't talk about it?
I mean, it's
Too late? I gotta
definitely
edit
under
that
construction still.
out? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We have
It just
some
needs
set.
to be cleaned
Yeah.
up. It's been like the project room.
So,
But there are goods on the shelves, and we
Yeah.
are able to sell them. So,
okay.
yeah,
It just needs to look pretty.
yeah.
And you're on the bike path that goes directly back into town. So you can go from the campers hub on a bike to Target if you want to go to
Yes.
Target.
We
1.5
have done
miles
that.
from Target, even though
Target.
we're out in the
Target,
boonies.
yeah.
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 You can get down to the river park, the Cerise, and so like you really are in the hub right where you're at. You
Yeah.
can see the mountains. You can be in the mountains in 45 minutes to an hour from where you guys are
I
at.
mean, less than that. You can get to Uray and get on a hiking
yeah.
trail in
Yeah.
30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I guess from where you are south of town.
Or like Buckhorn Lakes. That's
Yeah.
probably, I don't know, 30 minutes or so or
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
Depending on how fast you drive. But yeah, you could totally just bike into town too. So
Yeah.
we're out there, but we're not really that far out.
No, it's actually, I think it's perfect because you're out of town. But when we say out of town in Montrose, we mean like 3 miles from downtown is out of town.
Yeah.
Right.
Once you get past like the big box stores at the end of town, you're out of town. But it's really that close. But can people book spaces online and things like that? Or
Yes, they can.
yeah, just go to the website. It's easy enough. Click, and yeah.
Yeah.
Pick out your spot and reserve it.
Yeah.
So you guys, are you doing any events there? Because you've done events in the past. You did one fairly recently, right?
Not really an event. We did host a meeting
A meeting.
recently for Friends of the Black Canyon. We do have a van event, Van Wild event. This will be what, year 3?
Year 3. Yeah.
Year 3 for that.
That's with that douche Tim, right? yeah.
Our neighbor.
I hope you edit that out.
No. We'll
Tim's
keep that
great.
in for sure. We'll get onto
He
it.
can't
there.
outrun Tim
At some
either.
point.
So, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Is Tim coming in for
Oh, we'll get
an
it.
interview?
We'll get
Okay,
this
Yeah.
on here for sure.
Yeah.
I want to talk
Yeah.
about his mullet, if nothing else. But yeah, Van Wild. Well,
Yeah.
it's a big, a big van event. Tim runs Adrenaline
Yeah.
Vans in Montrose, and you guys are hosting it. It's kind of the perfect combination, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
been a great partnership. He sends us a lot of people.
Yeah. So, for listeners, Tim basically upgrades vans that already exist, camper vans. And, once a year we put on this event where there's bands and he plans out drives and there's, other events like, mountain bike riding and fly fishing and stuff. So it's kind of like a spotlight of stuff to do in the area.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a good event for him to kind of get his community together. People love it. Like people come back. I mean, granted it's only 3 years, but it seems like there's a high percentage of people that book immediately, buy tickets for the next event because they're like, yeah, every year.
Yeah. Well, I would say pimp. When Tim upgrades vans, he
he
pimps them.
pimps your ride.
Pimps
And if
Right,
you ever
yeah.
see
Yeah.
his own
Yes.
van
Yeah.
or vans or whatever the hell vehicle he's working on at any given time, he's a pimp. He just needs like a hat with a feather in it. He's a van pimp.
So, one of the things that we want to be able to have on this show is to try to highlight or help people recognize some of the cool things that there are to do in Montrose. You've already listed like 1,000,001 outdoor activities, which is kind of relevant for the Campers Hub. And you talked about tacos and beer, which is also one of my favorites. What's another one of your favorite things for the after the sunset type of hour or time, or what is something that you wish was here in Montrose for after the sunset?
I wish things stayed open later.
Oh, is that a 2 for 2, Rob? Because I think Gary said the same exact thing.
It's a big one.
Well, that's
Heads up businesses in Montrose.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll literally work till 8:30, 9 when the sun finally is down and it's too dark to work. And it's like, all right, let's go get some dinner. It's like, okay, Applebee's or...
Yep.
Yeah, everything closes early.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of that's the issue with small towns, right? That's why we love them.
Yeah.
But there are also drawbacks to that. It's kind of you have to accept certain things. I mean, yeah, it'd be great if they were open a little later and we had a few more restaurants and things like that. But I think most of us are in agreement when we think that you could reach a tipping point where you go, it's not really it doesn't feel like a small town anymore. I agree. I think places, it would be great on Main Street if they stayed open a little longer and we had a little more choice. And I think it's coming.
Yeah.
Obviously, Shelter Distilling is open soon.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of talk about that. That'll be another place to go and get drinks and eat and that kind of thing. And the Rathbone Hotel is going to be opening soon. I think they're going to have a little cocktail bar and sort of snacks and stuff. And I think both of them will be open later, to be determined.
The
Let's
other
hope
place,
so.
too.
Yeah.
The Stockman's.
Yeah.
Stockman's Cafe?
Yeah.
Where, I mean, I've seen the sign, the neon.
Yeah,
Are they bringing it back?
It's going in the...
Ooh. Breaking news, ladies
What
and
is
gentlemen.
that place?
So is it where
bread.
you see the sign?
Where the Daily Bread
the
was.
Daily
Yeah,
Bread.
I think that's where they're going to be.
Really?
I hope I'm not mixing that up with something else. That's
That's
also
okay. We'll
opening.
go with your right.
Yeah, because they're even going to do
Mixing it
like...
up with something else.
Okay, that's fine.
But
Shut up, Rob.
Stockman's is coming, though.
It is?
It is.
Okay. Because the neon sign is at the back of Desmarais Park there, right?
No, isn't it in the Railroad Museum?
Nope.
Okay. Rob doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm going to go with what Taylor said.
I know there's like that's coming and something else is also coming that I'm excited for. I don't know the
Okay.
name of it, but it's gonna be I think like a
Oh,
grocery, like a
deli.
market. Yeah.
This is downtown.
Right, next to the next to another co-working space
Yes.
that's in town.
Right. Yes. I don't know if that has a name yet. That might be the Stockman's.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, that's where
Daily
the sign
Bread-
was.
Right. That's where the sign was. But I
okay.
think the Daily Bread is going to be the new Pargrays location, the pizza place south of town.
yeah.
But clearly,
We're just
none of
outing
us
people
know.
left and right in their business projects
I
that they
know.
may or may not want us
I
to
know.
be saying.
But,
But
you know
you know,
what?
hey,
If-
that
It's
is what it
fine.
is.
That's
It's
why you
fine.
never tell Rob anything.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Just we'll wait. It's the second episode.
All
It
right.
might be out by
Yeah.
then.
Quick question, and we'll wrap up. But since you're business owners and since the topic came up, would you rather businesses be open later and fewer days during the week, or open 7 days a week and fewer hours? As a consumer, which would you rather?
Is that the only? I mean, does that have to be the choice?
Well, or
those
give
my
your
only
own.
options?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not open more
Give us a
and
li-
later?
So my biggest thing
Well,
when we
there's
talked about last time.
economics behind it. So,
Right.
You know,
I
I'm
agree.
sure the business owners base their hours based on
That's
whether
the-
it's
but I-
worth it for
yes.
them to do it.
I think the
Yes.
problem is we have here is it's kind of the chicken and the egg thing, right?
Absolutely.
Although there is a definitive answer to what came first, the chicken or the egg, and we can come back to that if you want. But the whole thing is,
I didn't know that was funny.
He was he's waiting to set up his own joke.
I saw a no, it's not a joke. I
This
saw
is
a
why
TikTok.
isn't-
I saw a TikTok the other day. The idea though is
So it's back.
Confirmed.
Here we go.
it was a scientist. The idea though is
Sure he was.
you don't
Or
stay
her.
open late because there's not a market for it, right? But you can only generate a market if you stay open late and you go, you know what,
Exactly.
we're going to stay
Right.
open till 9 or 9:30 for the next few weeks. We're going to work to get the word out.
It
and if
can't
you-
be a
if you-
few weeks though.
Well, whatever it is. But if you don't do that, then people assume things are not open. You go to tacos and beer, whatever. I mean, you probably don't venture downtown on those nights because you're like, I'm pretty sure nothing's open. And so one has to come first, and it's not going to be the people. Businesses need to open and stay open. Word gets out. I know it's going to be open because they kind of promise the community. So
And then
until
you're
they-
the only
until they-
person that's open besides Applebee's at
Right.
10 o'clock on a Thursday or Friday night, and you're jam packed.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
Chili's is probably open.
Well, okay. Just,
We're
why
gonna-
are you
no, we're
giving
gonna-
away
Throw
like
one in
free
this thing.
promos?
No, we're
Same,
gonna
yeah.
we're gonna
One
beep
in the
we're
same.
gonna beep those names out.
Yeah.
We're gonna beep them out.
And
so
by
when you're
we,
listen-
he means me.
Yeah.
I'm
when
going to
you're-
have to
when
post
you're
edit.
listening to
Yes.
this, there will be no mention of beep because we're not here to promote
Beep.
fucking national chains. Okay,
That's right.
so
Stay home. Nothing is
Yeah.
open in town.
and but this is the thing, you know, is we need to tell people, you, I, all of us, open, stay open. Tell people you're open. Hopefully, people go down there.
At least in the summer. Because I do think people's evenings in the summertime when it's light out.
For sure.
Yeah.
And if you have outdoor seating and all that stuff. But yeah, it's something that we need to address as a community, I think.
I would agree. All right. I'm going to go throwback to a late night show. All right.
Do you want to know what came first, the chicken or the egg?
I don't think we're going to.
He was
I
like,
was
"Oh,
gonna
Give
wanna
you-
know your
All right,
answer
all right,
to
no,
that.
here we go.
It's-
We're going to close the show. Your option. Rob's story on chicken. Rob.
No.
Rob's
Hang on
story
a
on
minute.
chicken and egg or awkward silence.
Okay, let me just say one thing though. I explained, I don't know if it was on the recording before or after. This is not your traditional podcast where the guest gets to decide anything. We decide.
Rob made that decision
That
all
was
by
the
Wow.
himself.
contract that we had
Yeah.
producers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Between the,
Yes.
between the
And-
two of us, between me and quote unquote Big D over there, I'm
Yeah,
going to tell you
okay.
quickly. It's quite easy, and this is
So that
from
you
a-
didn't get the
it's
choice. I
from
felt
a-
like
it's from a
awkward silence
TikTok.
would have been better.
It's from a TikTok, and I'm going to fuck this up. I know I am.
You already did.
It's the egg came first
Because?
because the two animals that mated to produce that egg were not technically chickens. They were like some proto chicken. They were one generation before they actually evolved into chickens. So
And
the
it-
thing that came out of the egg was a chicken. The two things that mated to produce the egg were not chickens.
This is why you don't
Interesting.
trust science from TikTok. Because don't chickens lay eggs without actually?
Look it up for yourself.
Okay, all right. I feel
Ask
like
ChatGPT.
awkward silence would have been better than the last story.
Well, it's not too late for that.
No, we're getting it now.
I mean, how about we end it? Rob
Right.
says what happened, and then
Just
crickets.
just ends.
well, everybody hold a pose.
I don't like this. I'm not a big fan of this.
All right, everybody. That's been WKRP in Montrose. We will see you on the next show with or without Rob. I don't know. Like it's up
It's
to
not
him.
a show without me.
It might not be. He may have a point. All right. Scott, Taylor, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. And thanks for bringing the beer. Holy crap.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
Future reference for all future guests.
Yeah.
Don't
We
come
set the
thinking
tone.
we're going to bring you the beer.
Bring
You got to
gifts.
bring your beer. All
Bring
right.
gifts, yeah.
I like it.
Yes.
Frankincense, gold, myrrh, beer. Whatever.
All right.
Done.
Cue the silence.
Cue the silence.